Alright guys, so first question here is a solved question, right? How do solved questions normally end? X equals, okay? Now, if you multiply a fraction by a number, what do you normally do? Fraction by a number, what? Top by top, bottom by bottom. So you get 1 times 5, which is 5, and then 3 times whatever's on the bottom, 3 times 1, which is 3. This question is no different. 1 times the top is what, guys? 1 times 4x. 1 times 1, all over 3. On the next line, minus 1 times 2x, minus 1 times 1, all over 2. Next one, minus 1 over 6 equals 0. Now, when you're adding fractions, what do you need? Common denominator. How do you turn 3 into 6's? So top by 2. On the next one, bottom by 3 means top by 3. And the next one stays the same, yeah? And on the other side, 6 top and bottom, but what's 0 times 6? 0, isn't it? What happens to all the bottoms? They cancel, don't they? Because they're all the same. You can only cancel them when there's an equals on both sides. Okay. Now what's next, Ocean? 2 times 4x. 8x plus 2. 3 times 6x. Oh, sorry, 3 times 2 minus 2x. Minus 6x. 3 times minus 1. And then minus 1. Finish it off then. 8x plus minus 6x and then? 2x plus 2 minus 2 is 2 minus 3 minus 1. Finish it off. X equals 1. Everybody okay with that? Good? Alright. I'll move on. It's on video anyway, isn't it? So you have a look at it another time, yeah? Yeah. This one here. What type of equation is this? It's a simultaneous. Okay? Now, what's preventing this simultaneous equation from being really normal? So, I'll write down the one that has the fraction on it, don't I? Now, what do I do now? Oh, sorry, 3. What's the common denominator? 6. Does everyone know how we calculate 6? You just count up. 2, 4, 6, 3, 6. 6 is the lowest common multiple, therefore it's the lowest common denominator. Now, what do we do then top and bottom to the first one? 3 top and bottom. After that, 2 top and bottom. After that, 6 top and bottom. Now, what happens to the bottoms? Why? They're all what? They're all the same, aren't they? Now, 3 times 3x, 9x. 2 times 4y equals minus 6. Now, you have a regular simultaneous equation now, don't you? Which letter would you like to get rid of? Huh? We're going to get rid of y's, aren't we? Or we can do either. Yeah. So, let's choose y's. 8y and 5y. What number will 8 and 5 divide into? 40. If you aren't sure, just look at the numbers that come in front. Multiply the top one by 5 and the bottom one by 8. Okay? So we're going to multiply the bottom one by 8 and the top one by, and you'll see they'll end up as the same number. So what do we get when we multiply the top one by 5? 45x, yeah? Plus 40y, yeah? Minus 30, yeah? Next one?
16x.
Yeah?
Minus 14y.
Yeah.
Equals
162? Yeah.
16.
No, not 162.
161.
No, not 162. 150,
yeah. 150.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
What do you do next?
Take away the y.
Add downwards, yeah? 45x plus 16x plus 40 minus 40 minus 30 plus 152 and then x equals 2. Do you get full marks? Let's find the y, don't you? So pick one. I'll pick the top one, yeah? 9 times whatever x is plus 8y equals minus 6. What is x? 9 times 2. 18 plus 8y equals minus 6. Bring the 18 over your side. 8y equals minus. Then y will equal
3.
minus 3 when you divide it in. 24 divided by 8. Minus 3, yeah? Are we good with that? Okay, guys. Now we're on to the next one. I had one before that. Just give me a sec. Very important. Let's keep going. There's 3 types of quadratics here, yeah? 3 types of quadratics. So here's the quadratics I want to explain to you. So the first one's a standard reference number 1. Would you agree with that? Now, because there's an equal to 0, when does this question end? You have to find x, don't you? And there's usually how many answers? 1 or 2? 2. X squareds usually have 2 answers. They can have 1, but most of the time they have 2. Now, how do I do this? What's the reference number? Minus 3. I'm going to do this the long way this time. What 2 numbers multiply together to give you minus 3, but will add together to give you minus 2? Minus 3 and plus 1. I'm going to show you the long way of doing this one. X squared, what do I change this into? Minus 3x plus 1x minus 3 equals 0. What can you factorize out the first 2? X bracket x minus 3. Check it. What's x times x? What's x times 3? Minus 3. Correct so far, haven't I? What has to happen?
Has to be the same bracket.
Has to be the same bracket. So, what? Nearly. Okay, never mind. What goes in here? Plus 1, because 1 times x, sorry my fault, 1 times x is x, and 1 times minus 3, negative 3. So we're good there. Now, the second last step is what? X plus 1 and x minus 3. Now that's factorised and done, yeah? But if it's a solved question, you gotta go a bit further. What's left then? X plus 1 equals 0, or, and then, and x equals 3. Everybody alright with that? Cool? Alright. Now, put this one in its place. Now we move on to the next one. The next one it's asking for is x squared minus 5x equals 0. Anybody know how to do this one? Is it done by the reference number? No. Bill?
Say x times x minus 5 is equal to 0.
X times x minus 5 equals 0. Check. X times x. X times minus 5x. X minus 5. Okay, so what Bill's done is correct. Now how does he finish it off?
Always one of the solutions is 0.
Yeah. So x equals x equals what? you remember this? Remember? Okay. Now, what's after this one? X squared minus 16. After that? X plus 4 and? How would you check if you're correct? You can multiply it back out, couldn't you? X by x, x by minus 4, 4 by x, 4 by minus 4. The middle cancels, doesn't it? If you don't have the right number, it will tell you, won't it? Yes, Bill?
Why couldn't you just bring the 16 over and say x is equal to 4?
I'll do that in a second. Bill, in the exam, you could be asked to factorise x squared minus 16. Just factorise.
Yeah.
No, solve. So you still have to know that it's x plus 4 and x minus 4. Alright, so you still need to know this method. Now, what you're saying is still correct though. Just let me finish off this first, okay? So I'm going to say x plus 4 equals 0, x equals x minus 4 equals 0, x equals. Are we cool with that? What Bill suggests is, why don't you just say x squared equals 16, x equals. You might forget the minus 4, Bill, that's the only problem.
Yeah.
It's 4 minus 4. So the technique I want you to do is this one here, because you need to know both of them anyway. I might ask you guys, as an example, factorise this and factorise these two. What's the answer to the first one? So that's the second one. X plus 5 and? Yeah? Difference of two squares and? Do I solve these ones? Why? There's no 0. These are factorised questions, okay? Factorised is when there's no zeros. If I want to turn them into solved questions, just put equal 0 at the end and we do what we did earlier. Is that alright? Great. Ouch! Where to begin? Alrighty. Let's try the big one. Let's try this 26 one. Yeah? What does this mean at the top? When you see that, what does that usually mean? Your quadratic equation will have to be solved using the minus b formula. Everybody happy enough with that? Let's work on part 1. How do we get to the quadratic formula in the first place? Do they all have a common denominator?
No.
Okay, so will somebody suggest a way that we could make them have a common denominator? See how much space I put in between them? Is that by fluke? Because look at what's going to happen in a second. Okay? The tree looks across, its denominator looks across, and what does it see? It sees x minus 1, doesn't it? Yeah. X minus 1 top and bottom. The x minus 1 looks across, and what does it see? The x plus 1. Top and bottom. It's a 1, isn't it? What does it look across and see? Huh?
Both.
It sees both of them, doesn't it? So what it sees is the x plus 1 and the everybody alright with that? What happens next? Cancel the denominators. Denominators don't matter. In the test, you should show the denominators. Yeah? So realistically, you should keep that line where it is. And then the next line is 3x minus 3. And then? Plus 1. Now, do you know when you multiply 3 numbers by each other? Imagine you have to multiply 2 by 3 by 4. Yeah? Multiply 2 by 3 first and get then multiply 6 by 4. We're going to do the same thing here. Multiply 1 by x plus 1 first, and what do you get? You just get x plus 1, don't you? So? Oh no. I don't like when that happens. So you just get x plus 1, don't you? And then what's x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 1? X by x? It is, yeah. X by minus 1? 1 by x? 1 by minus 1? Then at the end? Cancel, don't they? I'll bring the x squared over this side, yeah? So it's minus, oh wait, we'll tidy up first, if that's okay with you guys. 3x plus x minus 3 plus 1 x squared minus 1. Next, minus x squared plus 4x minus 1, isn't it? Minus 2 plus 1 minus 1. Do we ever do a minus x squared? Ever? What can I do to both sides? Multiply by minus 1.
Can you also just bring it over?
Yeah, bring it over to yourself. Same effect. If you wonder why I'm allowed to multiply by minus 1, look at this. 5 minus 3 equals 2. Everybody agree with that? Multiply both sides by minus. Minus 5 plus 3 equals. Is it still balanced?
Yeah.
Is minus 5 plus 3 minus 2? Yes, it is. The balance is maintained when you multiply both sides by minus 1. Balance is always maintained. So, we now get x squared minus 4x plus 1. That's much more like it, isn't it? A plus x squared. What we're used to, yeah? Now, how do I know a reference number won't work? What in the question led me to this decision? It'll either say this here, or it will say you got it? It'll say decimal form, or it will say that there. And when that happens, what do we do then? And where do you find this in your tables? Tables that I'm not providing you with. How do you know it's on the cover? Don't get it wrong. Every year somebody puts in plus 4 BC, and every year somebody throws away 10 marks. Sheer laziness, yeah? Paul, what's in the front of your maths tables? Turn it upside down. What's it say? Do you see the minus B formula?
Yeah.
It's on the front of your tables, that's no excuses, yeah? That's easy marks right there. What's the A value? The A value.
1.
What number comes in front of the x squared? 1. A equals 1. What number comes in front of what's the B value? What's the minus B value then? 4. Multiply both sides by minus 1. What's the C value? 1. How did I tell you guys to do this? Anybody remember? What did I ask you to do? I should do something like that, didn't I? Now, and do it like this. Yeah? Try the plus version first, yeah? Square root, bracket squared, yeah? Minus 4, bracket, yeah? All over 2 times bracket. Everybody cool with that? Now what numbers do you want me to put in?
4.
What's minus B?
4.
4. What's B squared? The A value.
1.
The C value. The A value on the bottom.
1.
Now what? And you gotta write that down, guys. You gotta have that written down. Okay? Now what do you do next? 4 plus or minus? Minus 4 squared 4 times. Times. What?
1.
Yeah. Divided by. And 2 plus. Guess what the other answer is? 2 minus root 3. Well, if you aren't sure, what could you do? Keep going all the way back until. Let's go all the way back. Change it to a minus, and you get 2 minus root 3. And if you ask for decimals, guys, what you press? Yeah. Are you alright with that? You'll do that question yourselves, won't you? And you'll perfect what you're doing, yeah? Alright. Next one. Oh, I had one other one to do before this, so I think I skipped it. This one. Okay guys, it's a reference number question. Anybody tell me how to do it? Yes?
You multiply the 2 by 3.
And you get?
So you get 6. And then
What two numbers will multiply to give you 6, but yet will add to give you minus 7?
Minus 6 and minus 1.
Minus 6 and minus 1 will do the trick. Everybody happy enough with that? What do I write next? Could I write it this way as well? Does it matter? Doesn't matter. Okay. I'll do it this way for the fun. Right? We're gonna do the bottom way. Right? 3x x into
x bracket 3x minus 1.
and what number divides into 6 and 2? Now, doesn't it have to be the same bracket twice, doesn't it? So what number will multiply 3x to give you minus 6x? After that? After that? X equals 2 and? 3x equals 1 and x will equal? 1 over 3. Go. Remember? Sort of? Right. Now, last one, yeah? Ever heard of this? Last one? It's a simultaneous equation, isn't it? But it's very different than the simultaneous equation we did earlier. That looks a lot like the one we did earlier, doesn't it? How does the one on the left differ from the one on the right? Probably pay attention here because this will save us a lot of marks. Huh?
No squares.
No, squares, yeah. The presence of squares means you have to deal with the substitution methods, and means you can't do it the way we would traditionally do it in this country. Okay? I think in Spain they do the substitution method all the time.
Well, we do
3 different methods. Yeah. So here's what you do this time. To pass the question, here's all you have to do. Which one's the linear and which one's the quadratic?
squared is the
What do you think of when you say the word quadratic?
squared.
X squared. Which one has an x squared in it?
The second one.
That's the quadratic. Which makes the other one the linear. Go to the linear. And focus. And go to the linear. Get one letter on its own. Which letter would you like to get on its own? X. It doesn't matter if you choose Y. To pass the question, here's all what you have to do. To pass it. And the Hamburger reading start as well. To pass the question, here's all you have to do. Choose the linear and get X on its own. X equals 1 plus Y. You're on 6 out of 15 already. Or bring the Y over and bring the 1 over to the other side. So you'll get X minus 1 equals Y. Is that right? Now, to get the both worth the same amount. The green option is worth exactly the same as the red option. They're both worth 5 or 6 out of 15. Now, next part. Substitution. What does substitution mean? In a football match, what does substitution mean?
Put in.
Replace somebody for somebody else. So, replace X. X is going to be replaced. And who's just as good a player as X?
1 plus 1.
1 plus Y is just as good as X. How do we know they're just as good as each other?
Just X equals.
Because they're equal to each other. We take off Pirlo, we put on Scholes, okay? Basically, that's basically what we're doing here. Okay? Taking off Messi, put in Neymar or something like that. Right? Equivalent, or close to equivalent. Now, square that out. How'd you square this out?
1 plus 1 plus 1.
Yeah? Multiply it out. 1
plus y plus y.
plus Y. Another Y.
Yeah.
A Y squared. Plus another Y squared. Take away your 25, yeah? After that, guys, 2Y squared,
Equals 2y.
2Y.
Minus 64.
Now you have two options. You can, because it's a solved question, you can divide everything by 2, and you'll get Y squared plus 1Y minus 12. You okay with that? Factorize it. Minus 12 is your reference number. So, plus 4 minus 3. Y squared minus 3Y plus 4Y minus 12 equals 0. What's next?
Y.
Yeah?
Y bracket. Y
Minus 3
and
plus.
then both the brackets will be the same way, so.
After that?
Then
Equals 0.
Answers? Yeah? Now, have you got full marks? Why have you not achieved full marks? And X equals? So, X equals 1 plus blank and X equals 1 plus blank. What's the blank? Negative 4 and? So, when Y equals minus 4, X will equal?
Minus 3.
And when Y equals 3, X will equal?
4.
Okay. In